Evaluation question 4. How did you use media technologies in the research, planning, construction and evaluation stages? Technology played the most important role in creating and completing our cross-media music video project because in every stage of the project we were all using different types of technology to aid us in developing our video in separate tasks. Throughout the process we used hardware and software. The key pieces of hardware we used were my camera, which is a Sony a5000, a tripod to steady shots, a GoPro and computers. We chose to use one of our own cameras instead of the school cameras as we felt they would film in a better quality and produce a more satisfying and visual result. We used the tripods consistently throughout the filming of our video as they helped to steady our shots and stabilise the images. Throughout the stages we used several different types of software, some of which include Prezi, which we used to help create mood boards and present research in an interactive and fun way, Emaze to present our evaluations and research, Blogger to upload and document all of our work, and Photoshop to design our tour poster, as well as many more. Research and planning. Starting with the research and planning stages, the key pieces of technology we used were Emaze, Prezi, and YouTube. All of these programs are examples of software and were very helpful in helping us present our magazine, tour poster and album research. One example of this was our individual analysis of artist and brand synergy, which I presented through Prezi. I chose to study and analyse Beyoncé's Lemonade album, presenting it visually and clearly on Prezi. This was an extremely useful task and it helped me to understand the importance of synergy across brand products, information which I ultimately utilised whilst creating the brand products for our artist Ivory. In evaluation of these programs, they are both useful for different tasks. I would use a Prezi for a mood board or to outline my plans or designs, whereas I would use an Emaze for evaluations and research. Both have a good range of templates which you can either amend or keep the same, which is really good for making your presentation stand out. I really enjoy working with Prezi because I think the program itself is fun, interesting and easy to present to a class. Moving on to the construction stage, the key pieces of technology we used were Wix, Adobe Premiere and Photoshop. Prelim tasks. Adobe Premiere Pro was used to create our banana phone videos and our preliminary task. For our preliminary task, we had to recreate a famous music video shot by shot to help us understand what is needed to create a music video, as we had previously no experience. My group chose to recreate Drake's Hotline Bling, which in hindsight was a bad choice. This was because the editing required to recreate Hotline Bling was incredibly time consuming and difficult. However, despite this, we managed to recreate the video shot by shot, which we were all very proud of. One key thing that I learned from this task was how to use green screen and edit green screen footage. We used the green screen which we set up in our media room for all of our footage as we needed to insert Charlie into the original background of the video. As well as this, we had to use the green screen to create the silhouette shots which are featured in the video and can be seen here. This took some time as we had to perfectly set up the lighting and screen so that there was minimal blur and shadowing, because this would have tampered with the clarity of the final image. After much experimenting, we were able to work out the distance the light needed to be from the screen to create the perfect silhouette outline. The time taken to do this paid off when we were editing, because no shadows meant that the footage was much easier to edit. During this process, not only did I learn how to film on green screen, I also learned how to edit green screen footage. Using the effect Ultra Key, you can take away the green background, allowing you to input your own background to your footage. After searching for Ultra Key in the effects panel, we had to drag and drop the effect onto the clip we wanted to change. We then took the droplet and clicked on the green background, thus immediately taking the background away from the image. We then proceeded to play around with the composite and channel levels to make sure the green screen was completely gone and only Charlie could be seen. This was a very useful and successful tool throughout this process and helped us create Drake's Hotline Bling video. Here is a little snippet from our preliminary task. In the bottom right you can see Drake's original video. The second task we had to complete before starting our music video projects was a task called Banana Phone. The purpose of this task was to help us learn new filming and editing techniques such as reverse shot or stop animation. We were each given a list of effects that we had to replicate whilst filming someone singing the song Banana Phone. Some of the effects we learned to do were cloning, split screen, making someone colour and the rest black and white, and having moving images behind a title. Both of these tasks had elements to them which I took on board and utilised when filming and editing our final music video. One key thing I took from each of these tasks was that editing and filming a music video is an intricate process which takes time and effort to perfect. The most time-consuming part of this whole project has been the time spent filming and editing the music video itself. I'm glad that I learned this early on, as it meant I was more prepared for the amount of work I would have to put in when doing our music video project. Premiere Pro became an invaluable piece of technology for us and helped us to create an amazing piece of work in the end. Adobe Premiere Pro was used to not only compile our clips into a video, but also to edit our clips in a way which suited the theme and style of the video we were trying to create. For example, for the chorus of the song, I tried to edit the crazy singing clips in a way which would enhance the craziness we were trying to portray. We were successful in attempting to do this by cutting and doubling up the clips on top of each other to make it appear like our artist Tilly was moving her arms quicker and sharper than normal. The idea of cutting the clips to the beat was something we always planned on doing, because the song has such a distinctive and repetitive beat that it makes sense to cut it in this way. This is how we did it. We individually cut the clips up at the points when she moved her arms in the most dramatic way. Thus putting them on top of each other made her move them even more crazily, which is what we wanted. Sometimes this was harder than expected because there are moments in the song when the beats are short and close together, so it took me time to find the second that the beat hit so that I could put a clip there. One other effect we used was camera blur. This was used multiple times as a transition between two shots and often to link the verses with the chorus. We did this by first searching for the effect in the effects search bar. We then dragged and dropped the effect onto the clip we wanted to blur. Following this, we cut the clip up using the razor tool, which can be seen here. The smaller the individual cuts, the better it made for a smoother blur. The second part of this involved going through every frame of the clip we had cut up and changing the amount of blur on it. For example, the first of the shots would have had no blur, thus changing the amount to 0, and the last would have had a blur effect number of 25, so all of the clips in between had to keep gaining in number until they reached 25. This effect can be seen in action here. Another example of editing in the video is our use of slow motion to convey a certain message or theme. Occasionally we chose to slow clips down for emphasis, which can be seen in the shot where Tilly looks directly at the camera. We did this by first cutting the clip in half so that we isolated the section of the clip where she looks directly at the camera. We then slowed this clip down by right-clicking on the clip and selecting the speed and duration setting. We then changed the speed from 100 to 50, which made the clip half the speed it originally was. The second part to our construction stage is website. The website was one of our most important ancillary tasks, and it was designed and created solely using Wix.com. We all took turns working on and editing the website so that a fresh set of eyes could always approach it, thus sparking creativity and progress. Through Wix, we were able to create 3 elements to our website. The first was a moving image. This acted as a front cover which linked to our actual website. This was an idea we explored when researching other artists' websites, including Lana Del Rey's. It can be seen here connecting to our actual website through a link. We also used Wix to create the website itself, which took months to complete and perfect. We chose to have a minimal, clean design, combining the colours white and teal for the basis of our website template. This was because these colours featured throughout our merchandise and video, so we wanted to maintain our artist and brand synergy. We made sure to include all the important labels and social media links that are present on other artist websites such as Gallery, News and Subscribe. The final element, which we used Wix for, was to create a separate merchandise website. Our merchandise was created using the website Vistaprint. This was a very easy way to create different pieces of merchandise, all of which incorporated Ivory's signature name or album cover. The different pieces of merchandise included both men and women's tour t-shirts and hoodies, as well as accessories such as posters and tote bags. We chose to create a separate merchandise website so that we could make our artist's website look professional by suggesting she has our own merchandise website where fans can buy Ivory's merchandise and clothing. As a site, Wix is easy to use and navigate, but we did experience some problems, the most prominent of which was that we got locked out of our own account due to a sign-in error. The way Wix is set up, you can only be logged in on one computer at a time. This meant that if we accidentally forgot to log off on one computer, we would not be able to log in on another. This was a real issue because we got locked out of our account and so could not amend the website further. However, despite this, we found a solution. We took the time to remake the website as well as ensure that we would not make this mistake again. This was our only real issue because other than this, Wix is simple and easy to create professional looking websites. The third aspect of our construction stage is tour poster. The tour poster was made using the software Photoshop. The tour poster was one of our ancillary tasks which was needed to complete all aspects of our project. Photoshop was used because it is very clear and easy to use, and we felt that it would be the best program to create what we needed to do. Jack started by deciding on the colour of the background before choosing an image of Tilly to place on the poster. After cutting around the image so it felt more professional, he positioned the image in a similar manner to that which he had seen in other tour posters by artists like Katy Perry. He first created a draft tour poster and gained feedback from our peers and teachers before making amendments. These amendments included changing the colour scheme to match the synergy of our other products. Here is the final tour poster created using Adobe Photoshop. The fourth and final piece of software we used during our construction stage was PowerPoint. We chose this program to create our Digipack on because it was the easiest and best way to lay it out in the proper Digipack template. We spent months using this program and ended up creating a great piece of work. We found PowerPoint to be easier because we were not all proficient in Photoshop Publisher, so designing our Digipack on PowerPoint made sense. We each took on the task of designing the Digipack so that, like our website, a fresh set of eyes could always approach the work, which only helped us in the long term. It took us a while to decide on a clear theme and colour scheme because we had lots of good pictures but struggled to put them together in a way which would make sense. Evaluation stage. The key pieces of software and hardware that we used for our evaluation stage were Blogger, Screencast, SurveyMonkey and my camera and tripod. Blogger is a piece of software which we have used consistently throughout this process to document and publish all of our research, planning and final pieces of work. Blogger allowed us to present all of our work neatly, professionally and in one place, thus making it easier for the moderator to find and mark all of the work from the last year. My blog can be seen here. One key piece of software which has been invaluable to the evaluation stage of our project is Screencast. Screencast is a piece of software available on Google Chrome which allows you to record the visuals on your desktop screen. This was extremely useful during our evaluation stage because Screencast allowed me to record the editing effects that we used in our video to then show in this evaluation video on technology. Another type of software which we have used consistently throughout this evaluation process is SurveyMonkey, which allows you to create your own survey and collect the results of it to then analyse and draw conclusions. We did this to find out what people thought of our video so that we could then analyse those results for the audience evaluation question. As you can see, technology played an invaluable role in the success of our music video project because without every single piece of software and hardware I've spoken about, we would not have been able to successfully complete our music video and everything required for the research, planning, construction and evaluation stages of this process.